Hello everybody and welcome back to Tolly Time. In this video I'm going to be doing a full glam dark kind of grungy tutorial using the Morphe 3502 palette. The first thing I did was moisturize my face with the Embryo Lace Cream Concentrate, and then I was using the Aquaphor. Sorry, my face looked really distressed when I'm putting this on. It was just really hard to get on the bottle, and I guess I made a grungy face, which goes with the tutorial. Anyways, now I'm just using the Benefit Brow. I'm going ahead with the Bdellium Tools brush, and I'm pretty much just going and lining the bottom of it, and then going ahead, filling sparse areas, and just kind of defining them overall. Comment down below if you guys want to see a full-on dedicated video to my brows, because I do have a full-on kind of brow routine that I don't really go into depth about, but I know a lot of other beauty YouTubers completely skip brows in videos and just be like, go to my brow routine, but I like to show you guys just so you can kind of just see the full look. Anyway, so now I'm just taking a Morphe angled concealer brush, and then I'm just pretty much sculpting around my brows so I can kind of just define them, so that when I'm filling them in it can be a little bit more messy, and it kind of just makes them look really just like arched and like beautiful, and it kind of just like helps with like everything overall. Now I'm just priming my eyes with the Kat Von D concealer, and then I'm just blending that out with a damp beauty sponge. So now I am just setting that with powder. I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and I'm using a Sigma brush, and then I'm literally just setting that so that when I do the eyeshadow it just blends easier because it's not a tacky surface. So now I'm using the Morphe 3502 palette like I mentioned earlier. This palette is really gorgeous. I'm just going in with that shade I pointed to. And now I'm just using a Morphe pointed blending brush, and I'm just going in windshield wiper motions for a transition shade to kind of just provide like a little bit of like warmth to the eyes, and it's just really pretty. I love this shade. And I'm just going to repeat all the same steps on the other eye as well. So now I'm going ahead and with that shade right there, and now I'm just going to go ahead and put that a little deeper and a little bit lower into my crease to further define it, but still kind of just gradually build it, because if you go shade by shade by shade and then just go smaller and smaller and smaller, it's just going to look gorgeous. And now I'm just going ahead with another deeper orangey shade, and I'm pretty much just taking a not a Sigma brush, it's a Sephora Collection brush, and it's pretty much a dupe for a MAC 217 if you have that one as well. And now I'm just going back with that brush I was using initially, and I'm just going ahead and blending all that together. So pretty much I'm going a little bit darker, a little bit darker, a little bit darker, and it just blends beautifully and gives dimension. Now I'm going with that chocolate brown in the bottom, almost the bottom corner, a little bit up from the bottom corner, and I'm pretty much just putting that in with that same Sephora brush, and I'm literally just putting that down so then when I put the black down it'll blend a little bit easier, because it has a shade in between the kind of orangey warm browns in between the black, because I don't like looking like it's a Halloween tutorial, because I don't know, orange and black are just not my favorite color combination, so I'm just trying to really just give it that little seamless blend that we all desire. And the reason I do my eyeshadow first, of course, is because if I have any fallout, especially with a black shade, it's really nice because then I can just go ahead and clean under with a makeup wipe. So now with that same brush, I'm literally just patting it in. I don't blend it out initially, I just kind of push the product in. And yeah, so now I'm just taking that blending brush that I was using initially and just kind of blending the edges. You don't want to blend everything, you just kind of want to blur the edges so it kind of just blends seamlessly, because you don't want to lose the pigmentation. I do have to say, out of all the Morphe palettes I've ever used, this has the best pigmentation. So now I'm taking that beautiful bronze shade from the palette, and then I just sprayed my brush with Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray, and I'm pretty much just patting that on my eyelids. I am not a kind of bronzy eyeshadow kind of person, and I was really digging this look, and I don't think I would have tried it had I not gotten this palette. This palette is really gorgeous, and it does feel more like the Jaclyn Hill palette. I do have to say it's a lot less pressed than the average Morphe palette, meaning it's more pigmented, but it's also breaks easier and has more fallout, but it's still really gorgeous and I love it, especially for the price. So I pretty much just cleaned my under eyes, because that was the whole reason I did my eyes first, and then I just blended with a clean blending brush with no additional product on it, and I'm just kind of blurring the edges. Now I'm taking MAC Vanilla Pigment. I was going to use the light shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette, but I didn't want to go to a completely different palette, so I just chose an individual one, because there is no light shimmery shade that's not gold, and that's not what I was looking for. So now I'm just, I got so mad because I got the primer in my freaking hair, but I'm using the Japanesque primer. This is pretty much a less good version of the MAC Strobe Cream. If you like MAC Strobe Cream, stick with it because I was not enjoying this. I was just trying this out because my sister gave it to me and she said she likes it. I'm just spraying my face with MAC Prep and Prime just because I love a good hydrating spray. So this was my first time using the Neutrogena Hydro Boost foundation. It looks really nice and I like the color for my fake tan, but I swear to God, I've never used a foundation that was harder to blend in my life. And it looks so good, but it's just so hard because it's like, why is this foundation so freaking hard to blend? Yeah, if you can tell, it took me a really long time. Now I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the under eyes just to kind of brighten it, on my chin, on my cupid's bow, the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, and pretty much everywhere, literally. I use a crap ton of concealer, but I love it. I just think it adds so much. And yeah, I absolutely am obsessed with concealer, especially Tarte Shape Tape, which I didn't used to like, but I love now. And now I'm just patting that in with my beauty blender as always, and yeah. Okay, so after the concealer, I'm just going ahead and cream contouring with the Sephora Collection Foundation Stick. And I'm literally just using the edge of it and kind of wringing it to kind of get a point. And I am just kind of contouring around my face. And then I'm using a Sigma synthetic brush to go ahead and buff that out. And by the way, this is in the shade 12 Nutmeg, for those of you who are wondering. I don't recommend this brush to blend out your nose contour just because it is a little bit big and it gets the darkness in too many spots. So now I'm going ahead and using the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder, which if you guys have been watching me forever, you know that that's my holy girl. Anyway, so now I'm just going to be using the Too Faced Sweet Tea Bronzer with a Morphe angled brush, and I'm going ahead and bronzing slash contouring with that, so I can just kind of like add to that kind of chiseled and like sculpted look. And I'm just doing a little bit under my lip to kind of get some dimension. And now I'm just using blush with the Real Techniques brush, and I was using the Hot Mama blush from The Balm. Now I'm pretty much just using the same shades that I had used on my eyelid, and I'm just kind of building it to kind of smoke out that lower lash line. So color by color by color, I'm just gradually adding it and going with a smaller brush and smaller brush to kind of just like add that definition. So then when I go ahead and put the black eyeliner, it'll be super easy to smoke out. So now I'm just going ahead and using the Urban Decay, I think it's the Perversion liner, whichever is the blackest black, that's what I'm using. And I am not big on like putting like dark eyeliner in my lower line, but I just did it today and I loved it because I felt like I could go with the bronze look. And yeah, it's just really pretty with a smoked out lower lash line. It's just really not my cup of tea, but I'm glad I ventured out into it. Now I'm using the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara on my lower lashes to lengthen them and define them, as always. And now I'm just putting it on my upper lashes, so then when I go ahead and apply false lashes, it pretty much will help them blend so they're as dark as the fake lashes. Now I'm taking one of the Stila Liquid Magnificent Glitters in the shade Diamond Dust, and I'm just putting that on my inner corners so I can go ahead and like just highlight and brighten that area in a really just pretty jewelry way. Now I'm using one of the Ardell double up lashes, I believe. And I'm just applying that with tweezers. If you guys want to see a full in-depth video on how I apply lashes, please comment that down below. I'm super into doing like how-to easy videos for beginners. And honestly, putting eyelashes on is easier than eyeliner because it's no technique. As long as you follow steps, you got it. I just applied a Sephora liquid lipstick in the shade Black Cherry, and that is the finished look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Comment down below if you want to see more palette tutorials, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching Tolly Time.